Fala galera, tudo bem com vocês? O Brasil virou assunto em um podcast gringo recentemente. O podcast em questão foi Hot Take Point Made, que teve a presença do Torin, que é conhecido por ser bastante crítico quando o assunto é Fallen. E no último episódio eles debateram bastante sobre o Fallen ser ou não o melhor AWP do Brasil. E também o motivo de não termos tantos IGLs e AWPs surgindo no cenário nacional do CSGO. E separamos esse trecho aqui pra gente conferir. Mas antes da gente conferir o vídeo, eu peço que confira se tá inscrito aqui no canal. É um projeto 100% novo, então sua inscrição vai contribuir demais com o nosso trabalho.
We have this, it's 2023, it's the end of 2023, we're going into 2024, a different game, and Fallen is still the best Brazilian sniper.
Why is he doing it to me, man?
Oh.
Why is he doing it to me, Maui? Oh, God. Really?
And
You said
first
that
of
loud
all-
and everything. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I have Fallen like right next to me in the other room.
There you go. Right, there you go. Okay.
Paid, you know.
Because I've just acquired 1% of Fallen Gear stock, overnight, believe it or not. In sort of a
Yeah,
hush hush
right.
deal,
Yeah, it's-
escrow.
It's 10 years later. It's 2024. The guy's like 34.
Yep.
And there is no successor. Right now, if you look at any kind of South American teams, even the North American teams, the only AWPer that kind of you can say and argue that's better than him is OC. Imagine how ridiculous that is, right? Name
Okay.
an AWPer in North America. Halzerk? No. OC? Maybe. No. Who else? Safe? No. Any other? I can't
Problem
remember
is
a single.
the only other
fucking
Brazilian
name.
one is the Zevi guy, and he sort of didn't ever make it at tier. He's
Not
the
even
guy who carries
close.
the RMR, and then he kind of flops the big tournament, doesn't he? So
Not even close.
I see your
And then we have
argument.
And then we have 33-year-old or whatever it is, Fallen, who is still the best Brazilian AWPer. I watched him today, just today.
Okay.
And in the first game they played, and he looked decent. He had shotgun opening. He was like holding his ground, calling at the same time. They had decent T sides. Obviously, Art is still there, so which is like ridiculous by itself. But
Okay.
he's playing well.
Okay.
Like it or not, he does play well. And he's right now, I'm just talking about the op role, and I don't know
Yeah.
about how the IGL,
Yeah, of course.
status is going in Furia, which is like kind of super weird. But like oping wise, he doesn't have the SK numbers, but he does have very impactful frags. And I cannot see a single Brazilian opper that's gonna come up in the next year that can challenge him. How ridiculous is that?
Come on, Maui, where you at on this one?
Ooh,
you joining the
I
bandwagon?
guess I'd say the only other person. Okay, so like, there's two other people that I would say in Brazil, or you could maybe make you could contest Fallen's position with. One is Safe. And we saw that when he played for Furia, he didn't actually have the impact that he was having when he was playing for Pain. I will say that now Safe with MIBR seems a little bit more comfortable than he did on Furia, so there's a case there. And in fact, he's played against some decent competition in the last few months, and he's done okay. Like, he's like, against top 5 opponents, he actually has a 1.1 rating, and top 10 opponents, or it's the same thing. And then top 20, like 1.07, which isn't that great though. Like, the thing is with this point is that you're splitting hairs by looking at these numbers, and the fact that they are not just leaps and bounds better than Fallen is a bit concerning, given that these guys are supposed to be younger, they're supposed to be better, and like, usually, I mean, how many freaking Eastern European operas are just going to have like a 1.3 rating smurfing in tier 2 CS, whereas Safe isn't even really smurfing against domestic Brazilian competition. Like, he played a series against Red Canids in the Yongshiping closed qualifier, and he was the lowest rated player on his team with a 0.92. Like, so, I'm not diving super deep to find out if there's some like diamond in the rough here, but the other opera that I would have considered is Henny for Imperial, but I've actually seen enough Henny lately that I don't like. Henny has been so low impact in the games. Yeah, like, I really used to like Henny a lot, but I find that his game nowadays is too passive, and he doesn't actually, once he's cornered into a bomb site, before he used to be so explosive, like he could still kill 3 people if they're charging at him. Now I usually see 1 kill at best, and then usually he dies. And then he does a lot of saving. Like, I think Henny saves probably way more than Safe and Fallen do. So I can't really vouch for him above either of these two guys. So beyond that, I'm not really sure of anyone else that's in the lower divisions of Brazilian CS, and yeah, that's kind of concern. That kind of sucks, because when you even bring up the Americas region, Kassad, I would say that Fallen's the best in South America right now as an opera. Maybe you could definitely make a case for safe, but I would say I think OC's better. I think OC's better than Fallen right now. If we want to actually go through both the Americas, to me OC is better, but that's like he's better in that he's being looked for options on Liquid right now. Like they're not even really keeping him. So yeah, who's to say?
I mean, I've got a pretty quick one on this, which is I actually, for whatever reason, I won't say it now, I actually was doing a lot of research recently into all the currently active Brazilian players because I was trying to basically figure out what even, like, I can't basically diss Fury if I look and go, well, if you have to have Brazilian players, what lineup would you fucking make? So I was looking at all the players. I looked at all of them, Payne, MIBR, I kept even going down to Imperial lineup. They still exist if you don't know, but he says any players for them. I looked at all these teams, right? And here's the crazy thing. You know, my two main roles that you need to have a great team, IGL and AWP, they're the ones you want to get nailed, and then you figure out the rest. I think those are the two most important roles to nail. Those are the two shallowest positions in all of Brazilian Counter-Strike. Those are dog shit. The joke is, that's why Fallen gets to do both for Furia right now, because when you look elsewhere, there's no obvious person for either role would take it right now, because none of them have ever done it and then shown the experience vaguely at Tier 1. They all just do well at Tier 2, get to a major bomb, or do like one group stage run at fucking a pro league, and then that's it. So the real problem is this. I'll just tie it to a historical angle since I'm the historian. I get the feeling this is actually just because of the influence that the players had on Brazilian CS. So here's the problem. Because I don't know this from 1.6. In 1.6, cause the one name, you're all going to say it's FNX was like a good player. It was COGU was the name in Brazilian CS. So everyone wanted to be an AWPer. There was a million people. That's why Fallen came along. There was about 10 people, no joke, who at one time either replaced COGU or were on the top. Loads of them were AWPers. They were all about being that because essentially they were following their idol. In the modern day, the two players in Brazilian CS was Fur and coldzera. And what do you know? There are a fucking billion really good riflers. 1 billion. Like, I'm not joking. When I was looking at who could you have for the rifle roles, you can go, no joke, Maui, like 20 names, Deke. It's crazy. Like, you think of some of even the newer people, the Insane guy, etc. There are so many really good rifle. Hey, fucking my boy Phelps is out there in the wilderness still. Like, there's so many players with like talent or aim, or some of them are like 20 or 18 and skulls, etc. There's so many names, but all you've got is riflers. All you have is just aggro riflers, defensive riflers. You don't have any AWPer. You don't have any fucking IGL. You have none of them. Because I think the joke is, the dream, by the way, is to be a really good, like, first style rifler or really good, and then play with Fallen. So the problem is no one does that bloody role, do they? So it doesn't work. So, and that's why none of the lineups work. So actually, I can't even super flame Fury like I did before. That's why I'm like some of you. I've just switched to like, please Keserato, please leave. Just like defect, become American. I don't know. Like, just get out of there, mate. Well, you get out of there before whatever they did to Yuri gets to you, mate. Like the call's coming from inside the building. Like you've got to get out of this one, mate. So there you go. That's my quick take for that one. Right. For the